Imagine being in a position where in less than 60 months, 4 years, you've secured 60 property deals, making hundreds of thousands of pounds per year. Well, that's exactly what the Dobsons have done. Two of my great mentees just so happened to be at the Holiday Inn having a meeting. I dragged them onto stage to do a live case study with our amazing graduates. One deal, one strategy, one new relationship can change everything for you. Their first ever rent-to-rent deal was a 19 property deal, which they then rent out to contractors completely hands-free, and then outsourcing the management to Mr. Rob Mason, who is one of our mentors. If they can do it, you can do it too.
Let's welcome to the stage the one and only, the Dobsons! Really appreciate you just freeing up some of your time. I know you're in the back there and you're working on some deals, and a lot's happened in 4 years.
It has indeed.
Unbelievable, yeah.
So look, we've got 10 or 15 minute bonus slot here. Take us back 4 years ago. What did life look like? What were you going through that really got you to a point of coming to this type of boot camp and then taking the next step of becoming property investors?
Well, we were slaves to our business. We ran a business which was nosediving, so the profits were diminishing, and it was looking a little bit daunting what was going to go and where it was going to go. I started to develop some health problems, so the business was more and more difficult because as a business we're on our feet all day. And then I come across a free workshop in Colchester at the Mark Stay Hotel, which we went along to, and the rest is history, as they say.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we set the workshop, absolutely enthralled by everything that we've seen, and there was something, we had property training beforehand, but there was something missing. So that's why we were looking for something
We were
else.
looking for the missing link,
Yeah,
really, to put it all
absolutely.
together and propel us forward.
Yeah, so we basically took the plunge.
Well, we look
Everyone's
back, and it was a huge investment in ourselves,
Yeah.
which we'd never done before. We'd really sort of put our money, backed ourselves on this.
Well, I think for all your life, it happens to a lot of people. Yeah, we were talking about the pieces of the puzzle earlier, and how you can be your own block. And you guys were your own block for a long time, trying to figure out on your own, trying to put the pieces together, losing money, not making right decisions, a slow process. And then when I met you for the first time and you was at the event, and then you joined our academy, you became VIP members, you were just open to saying, hey, just show us a new way of doing it. And really quickly, you got some really great deals. Now, we talk about multiple streams of property income, getting focused on a strategy, and then you can diversify. Now, the Dobsons, for full transparency, they've done pretty much every single strategy with their 60 deals. They've done a land development, they've done sold a commercial conversion, they've done single lets, they've done deal flipping, they've done serviced accommodation, they now do rent to rent, you've also done a bit of deal packaging. So they have really embraced the laws that we teach, and they've stayed in that process. We're talking about serviced accommodation, rent to rent. And that's really the focus for our amazing graduates here. What's your view on the market for the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months? Where do you see the demand? Where do you see people starting now? Is it a good time? Is it a great time? Is it the best time we've seen in a long time?
There's no better time, both for purchasing and for to rent or an SA, certainly, because there's huge developments. There's loads of money being thrown at various growths and projects in various towns. I mean, that's where we've really sort of mastered our area, and we've got 5 or 6 different income streams from just one area, by really drilling in and seeing what's going on in the area and what is the best strategy for that area, and that's just evolved. And like you say, our first rent to rent was particularly scary. 19 apartments in one go. I mean, the rent was just mind-blowing each month. but we've done the numbers and we run the numbers past and we've got backed up by everybody around the academy and said, yeah, it works. But we still kept questioning it because there's big numbers.
That's the key,
Big,
actually,
scary
is
numbers.
to let the numbers tell you whether it's good or bad. We take all emotion out of it. If the numbers say it's going to work, we go with it.
Yeah, that's
We
now,
believe
back
in
then
the
it was very
process,
scary.
Yeah. But we still believed in the process. So
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah.
never have moved forward on
Yeah.
it.
I think that's really important. What you've just summed it out there, really, for me in one word. You need to have faith. Really important. It's not just about trusting a process, it's about having faith in a process.
Yeah.
And it's about having faith with the people that you're investing in, and it's about having faith with the team. What you're saying is that you're in fear. Because you get fear or you get faith, you can't have both. So do you want to stay in fear, or do you want to have faith today and say, hey, I'm going to have faith in this process and the people and the team around me. I'm just going to show up and do the next right thing, and we're going to go and get that first deal, that second deal, that third deal, that 10th deal. Hey, maybe 60 deals. You know, these guys were at the Hall of Fame last year for 50 deals. The year before, they got an award for 25 deals. The next level for these guys is 100 deals. I'm pretty confident this time next year, this time next year you'll be picking up the Hall of Fame award for 100 deals. Yeah, but even where they're at now, it's 60.
But we are very normal people. I mean,
Yeah.
I dropped out of school. Well, I was asked to leave. It didn't interest me.
Yeah.
But this, and it's a bit like a drug. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
That is the thing
And
about
it's
it. It is
winning the chase, winning the deals, getting pulled back now and again because I'm a bit too keen to offer. But yeah, a great team.
What,
I'm not just talking about us as a team. I'm talking about the whole community.
The
of
whole
Assets for
community,
Life.
yeah, the whole academy. I
Yeah.
feel for you that's been like a big game changer for you.
Yeah.
Because I may have said earlier, look, in the academy, those of you that are able to carry on working with us, there are deals in the academy, just so you know. There's money in the academy, there's partners in the academy, there's actually everything you're going to need in there to take you on this journey, because it is very much, it's not about the I, it's about the team and us working together. What impact has the academy had, and what's been some of the biggest benefits that you've found as a result of being in that academy?
Oh my God, friends, people just
Yeah,
on
like-minded
the end.
people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everybody's got your back. Nobody's negative. Everyone's always looking out for you. We'll tell you the truth. We will tell you the truth.
Yeah, it's a crap deal. We'll say
Yeah.
it's a crap deal
Yeah, so
because we don't want people to get into trouble.
Nobody will lie to you. Everyone's pushing you forward. Everybody just wants the best for you. So there's definitely no negative Nancy's in.
No, and
in
even
there.
on our first rent to rent, I mean, we had Rob Mason on board, who is a mentor for Assets for Life in the world of SA, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's an expert on managing and deals in SA. And he came and spent a day with us and said, yeah, this deal worked. And we said, well, can you manage it for us?
Yeah, you didn't want to manage
We don't
it,
want a job. Yeah, the last thing we want is a job. So we made sure the figures work with the management fees included.
But we all benefit as well from
So
from
Rob
each
will learn
other.
from us
Yeah.
and vice versa. It's all about
Yeah,
pulling together.
remember we said yesterday about building a hands-free rent-to-rent business?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to go and do the check-in and do the flowers and the chocolates and, hey, lovely, how are you? You can do that for sure, no worries. But you can also just hook up with the mentors and the people in the academy that offer that as a service. They take their bit for managing it for you. They got the systems, they got the processes. So it's very much a done-for-you solution. Where we just plug you in at the right time to the puzzle, so then you work on the big picture. What impact has Rent to Rent SA property had on your lives?
Oh my
Life-changing.
goodness!
What a lifestyle
well,
from that one deal.
When
believe me.
we got it, I was actually on job seekers allowance. I forget about this because it's just like a little blip. I was going to say made redundant
She was sacked.
from, but yeah, I
That's we always want honesty here, yeah?
I was technically sacked because I was working more on my business than I was on their business. So obviously they gave COVID as the reason for me to not have a job anymore. But I knew different. So yeah, I was on job seekers allowance, receiving universal credit. We had a couple of rental properties that were generated.
I was furloughed out of my own company.
Yeah, so this is through COVID. Yeah, so
I
COVID.
furloughed ourselves out of our property business.
And I remember being on the phone to my caseworker for my job seekers, saying, we're going to open a service accommodation business, and him going, are you sure the whole of the hospitality has just closed down? And I'm like, yeah, no, we've run the numbers, we're
It's only a small one, 19 apartments, yeah.
So we went from basically me saying, please don't send me any more money, Mr. Government, I don't need it, to us now generating, what's it, 60 grand a month?
Our average is 61,000 a month.
Yeah, so our turnover.
Wow.
So we sort of net profit is 10k a month roughly, average, but we also take 70k a month wages out of that business.
Wow.
And we don't do anything. I keep an eye on the diary to make sure it's full. And if it's
So
not,
you're
I'll
paying
work
yourself a great salary, you're getting dividends, you're reinvesting in the business, you've got it, and it all started with just that first or next deal. And you haven't just done large rent-to-rent deals, they've done smaller SA deals as well. That just happened to be their first, major large one. And we're not saying everyone here is going to get 19 units in one go. That could happen. It's just so you know that it is possible, and if we can do it, you can do it too. What would you say to anyone here right now that maybe they've found themselves over years sitting on the fence on things? They've found themselves maybe making slow decisions, maybe they overthink, maybe they change their time all the time and they jump from one thing into another. Perhaps they're the type of person that always thinks about other people rather than thinks about themselves, or they're someone that always thinks they can do it on their own. What top tips and tricks would you give to the different types of people that we have here?
You start, because you analyse people a lot better than I do.
So my thought process, I always think to myself, what if I don't do this? How am I going to feel if I don't do it? What am I going to have missed out on? So I'd still be on potentially, we could have lost everything.
If we hadn't have changed something, we'd have lost the house.
Facing financial hardship and all sorts of things. So it's like, how will my life change? I always think about how it will change for the better. I'm never thinking of what could happen for negative. I'm thinking what will happen. I'm always thinking in positive, because if you're positive, you'll take positive steps. If you're thinking negatively, then you'll be going backwards. So I'm always thinking about how things will look by doing this in the future. That's my top thing. What about you?
I would say back yourself to become part of the 1% club and do something what the other 99% aren't doing.
Yeah, back yourself for success.
Back yourself for success, invest in yourself. It's not cost, it's investment, believe me. You look at the return on investment that we've got, it's just phenomenal. Just by embracing, I'm going to use the word fear, because you do have fear, you do get this gut-wrenching feeling when you've got a big decision to make. But you've got to believe in yourself and back it. If you don't get that feeling, it's not exciting and it's not going to move. It's not going to move you forward, is it? Because you're too comfortable.
Faith. Don't live in fear. Live in faith.
Faith's a better word. Yeah.
Still now we get scared, but we don't let opportunities pass us by. We make huge financial investments into our education still. And we're always seeking knowledge, always learning. We make sure we mix in with the right people. If the right people, or we sort of mix with someone and we feel like they're time or energy suckers, then we sort of just very slowly move away from them. So it is, really picking the people that you want to spend time with. You don't actually lose their friendship, but you want to surround yourselves with the right people, back yourself for success and not failure. And just take that step and just go for it, because you just don't know. It gives me goosebumps actually saying this.
Well, we all reach these points in our lives where we're at crossroads, when we go on advanced training, when we want to understand something different, and then it's about walking across the road. You got to walk across the road. Don't stop at the red traffic light, because you're just going to stay stopped or you're going to go backwards. Let's move from red to amber to green. Would we agree? Yes or no, team? Yeah?
Yeah.
We've got to be moving forward in the journey with help and support and guidance. Every single one of you could be the next set of Dobsons. You could be up on the stages, you could be at the award ceremonies, you can be getting those 3 deals, those 5 deals, using joint venture funding. Is it around 2 million now? Have I got that figure?
£2.25 million we've raised
Oh,
other
so it's
people's
more,
money. So our whole
£2.25
portfolio.
million. Every single one of their deals is a no money down deal. They've done everything using other people's money, and these guys would get a deal done and then they'll just figure out how to do it. So hey, between us we've raised nearly 11 million, nearly 12 million between us, yeah?
And we started out with the mindset, who's going to invest in us?
And
You
25
know,
grand in debt.
you've
as
got to
well.
believe, yeah, 25 grand in debt, failing business, you got the sack. So everything was going for us, really, you know. It's all in our favour, wasn't it?
Yeah,
But it is, things happen for a reason,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And you got to back yourself, yeah.
You know, it's been a really wonderful journey with you, and I know we've got so many more years to come, and we get to hang out and we get to talk, and you know, you're big parts of the community, and they're really big in the academy. They're also mentors now. The Dobsons, you was out with the retreat with us last year on one of the
that was
retreats, and I know your
amazing
business is pretty
experience.
much doubled since the retreat level 1, and I'm sure you'll be coming out on level 2s and level 3s and level 4s, and coming all over the world with us. What would you say anyone thinking about getting on a retreat? You know, it's hard to put that into words, but just in a few short sentences, what's your experience of one of our retreats over in Marbella?
For things like that, I'm a big sceptic. I have to say, and I'm thinking, well, how can it be that mind blown? What can be so different, and what can change me that much? You know, I'm set in my ways. I'm 59 years old. No one's going to influence me or change me, are they? Bloody hell! What a week, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just felt.
I think I sat with my mouth open most of the time, just in awe of people's honesty.
Absolutely, it's such a safe space,
Yeah.
and it's because you're away, you're in the most beautiful surroundings, the most beautiful property, and you're living a life that you don't think anybody really lives. It's just on telly, and it's just because you're away, and you're away from all of that stuff that's
Noise,
going on.
yeah.
All that
Negative
stuff that's
noise,
going,
yeah.
and you're with people, beautiful people, and just discussing, sharing, really on the journey with them, on the roller coaster that comes with owning your own business. But everyone's just, it's just open.
Hey,
and just
who else likes the
beautiful.
idea of hanging out Marbella, working on your business, and then you're able to double your business just a few short months later? Raise your hand. Yeah, this is what happened to these guys.
Yeah,
They literally, they were doing great before then, and then they just exploded. And you know, we always say this: make decisions today based on where you want to be, not where you are today. And when you have that attitude, you get to buy today, you get to buy low, you get to bypass all of the long ships and all the bad stuff. You get the good stuff really quickly. Really appreciate you coming. Has that been an inspiration?
Thank you.
Yes or no, Tim? Yeah?